Much depend on the internet for everything these days. And think for a moment about people with disabilities. All the scrolling and clicking isn't so easy.
In fact, a blind man is suing Domino's Pizza because he couldn't order pizza online. And he says ADA protections should extend to the internet. Now, Domino's disagrees.
Tonight, Denver 7's Megan Lopez is going 360. She's talking with a man who needs an ADA accessible website, a designer who says making websites ADA friendly can be costly, two lawyers about how to apply laws to the digital age, and a disabilities advocate who says companies that don't comply are losing out.
There's a whole wide world of opportunities on the World Wide Web, from ordering a pizza to finding a job and everything in between. The internet has fundamentally changed life as we know it. A life that for Paul Simmons is a little different. Paul is deaf. He relies on his other senses to make sense of the world.
Deaf people really depend more on the visual aspects of technology, and so that they can read.
Technology is catching up, for the most part.
The video, that if you're on a call and there's no captions there. And so I'm really lost because I don't understand what the conversation is about.
In recent years, many companies have made their websites more accessible to people with disabilities. Others have not. Now it will be up to the legal system to decide once and for all whether the Americans with Disabilities Act should apply to the internet.
We're going to be expediting this order.
For Domino's Pizza,
get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
The answer is not a simple yes or no. The company has been hit with a lawsuit by a man who is blind and who couldn't order a pizza online. Domino's argues that the ADA says nothing about the accessibility of websites. The company sells more than 2.5 million pizzas each day and argues that there are 15 different ways to order. It believes this is a no-win scenario since there aren't any clearly defined laws for what an ADA-friendly website must include. Domino's is also worried about drive-by lawsuits clogging up the legal system, so it's waiting for the courts to decide what is required of websites.
So let's take a look at their website.
Web designer Jesse Mutzball,
obviously, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Has built an entire company around creating accessible websites.
There's no black and white answers on what is and is not accessible.
Because there are so many different types of disabilities. Building an ADA-friendly website from scratch is getting easier. However,
if you already have a very complex website in place and now you need to go back and mess with the foundation, that's really expensive.
In 2017, Denver reached a settlement with the federal government and started converting some 25,000 pages of its website and 75,000 online documents to be ADA accessible, a big undertaking that's still ongoing. In the Domino's case,
the fix is about a one-day fix. It costs about $34,000 to implement and roll out.
So Jesse believes this isn't a matter of money.
They're trying to think long-term as a business. What other implications does this have?
A business's bottom line,
right now, the lawsuits are hot.
Is exactly why Dana Barton believes companies should make their websites ADA friendly.
There has been a 177% increase in lawsuits for website accessibility between 2017 and 2018.
But it's more than lawsuits.
In America, individuals with disabilities have $645 billion worth of disposable income.
Since about 1 in 5 people have a disability.
If you are not catering your website to make sure it's accessible for people with disabilities, you are missing out on potential sales opportunities and revenue.
The courts have been fairly slow to address kind of these very rapid advances in technology and society.
Figuring out how to apply old laws to emerging technology is nothing new, and the courts can help with consistency.
Right now, a person in one state may have a different experience with an online business than a person in another state based on the way that courts have interpreted the ADA to apply to the internet.
The Domino's case could play a big role in modernizing this 30-year-old law.
The ADA won't mean anything if we don't find a way to understand how to get it to apply in the modern world.
Back in Paul's cubicle, it's quiet. Paul and millions of other people with disabilities are just trying to get by like everyone else, despite the hurdles.
I'm very positive about everything and of all the changes and the needs that has occurred.
As the cries for inclusion grow louder. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Domino's have been arguing that people with disabilities do not have the right to sue over an issue like this. But just yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled they could sue, which means this lawsuit against Domino's will move forward.